Today's screencast will be how to create a birthday invitation in Microsoft Word. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to download some free fonts from the internet. I'm going to go to Pinterest and then I'm going to search for free fonts. I'm going to download a font right now that we're not actually going to use in our design because you have to restart your computer in order for the font to get uploaded into Microsoft Word so that you can use it. So we're just going to go ahead and click on one of these blogs and then click on the link to go to the blog. Once here, you can look at your fonts and pick which one you'd like to download. Click on that, and each one has a name. You'll see this one has Jonda Celebration, Masterix, Some Wheats. We'll go ahead and download Before the Rain. So right down here they have them listed. Number 7, Before the Rain. We'll click on Before the Rain and it'll take us to another page where we can then download. We'll click on Download and it'll put it in our file. Now we'll double click on Before the Rain. And there's a lot of files here, but what we want to look for is a TTF files. There's two different ones. There's a personal use one right here that we can go ahead and double click and it'll give us a little preview and we can click on Install Font. That will open up Font Book, and there it is. It's uploaded into our font book. We can look at the fonts from here. I'm not going to restart the computer now, but as you can see, I've downloaded several fonts that we can use in our design. We can close all these windows and open up Microsoft Word. When using Microsoft Word, we want to make sure that we are in the Publishing Layout view. We're going to open up a blank page, and right down here it'll say Publishing Layout View. If it does not say that, most likely it will be in the print layout. That's typically used for word processing, writing your papers, those kinds of things. It's not a very user-friendly layout for designing any kind of invitation or anything where you need the text boxes to be close or the pictures to overlap. You really need to be in the publishing layout view for that. From here, we're going to draw a box, and we'll start right up in the corner. Draw a box that's about 5 inches, and that fills up the whole page, the top half of the page. From here, we're going to click on Format, and we're going to click on Fill and No Fill because we want to be able to see the white background. And we'll change the line to black. This will give us lines that we can cut then the invitation out. Now we're going to add some text. So this text box, you can have text go horizontally. This text box, you can have text go vertically. We'll click on this one and draw a text box. And inside we'll write "You're invited." We'll highlight that text, click on Home, and click on the font drop-down list. We're going to scroll all the way down to some of those fonts that I downloaded. And we're going to select this one here. Can't really see what it is, but it's a banner. with little flags. And we'll make that real big. You're invited. We'll center the text. And then we can go ahead and make the text box a little bit smaller. Now the information that you're going to need on an invitation is time, place, the date, and any other RSVP numbers or any other little information that you might want to include. We'll grab another text box, draw in another text box, and in this one we're going to say Emily is turning 12 years old. We'll highlight that, and we can go ahead and select another font. You don't want to use too many different fonts when you're designing, but a couple of different fonts makes it very fun and fresh. So this one we're going to go ahead and click on Summer Sunshine. We'll make that a little bit bigger because it's really important. And we'll go ahead and center that. And make this text box a little bit smaller. You can add pictures. And to do that, you click on Insert, Photo, and Picture from File. Here you can go to your iPhoto, or if you have another place where you store pictures. And you can add a picture of click on Events here. That might make it a little bit easier to find her. And there she is. It's going to be really big, and you'll notice my text is looking a little funny back behind there when I do that. So what we want to do is we want to go to Wrap Text, and instead of through, we're going to put in front of text. And we'll go ahead and put that kind of in the corner over here. Make it a little bit smaller. And I think I'm going to turn this a little bit to take up some space. Oh, here we go again. We're going to have to go to Format, Wrap Text, in front of text. Bring it down so that it's just underneath You're Invited. Grab another text box, and I'll put something right here, and you can see it gives us some blue lines. It's kind of telling us if it's straight, where it's lined up at, and then we can put in a day. We'll change the font on that, so we have to click on Home, and we'll select a font. We'll have the Summer Sunshine Blackout. This is telling me that some of my text is not being shown, so I can make my text box bigger to allow there enough room for all of the text to show on the page. And then if we want the same font, we can hit the Enter button, make our text box a little bit bigger, and say what time the party is going to be and what time a party is going to end. The next thing we're going to put is the location. We'll have another text box. We'll draw one right here and type in the location. Change the font of that text. Again, to Summer Sunshine Blackout. Make our text box a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to use my arrow keys just to move it over a little bit so that it's not right on her face. But it's okay that the arena, forgot my N, is overlapping with the picture. I'm also going to move this over a little bit. So I'm going to go to the left and then down to the left a little bit more to make sure that that's nice and centered. I'm going to go up one more. It's important to have the right kind of padding around each text box. I'm going to go ahead and move this up right up to that black line so it looks like it's hanging from the black line. And then we'll add another text box. Put it down at the bottom for our RSVP number. And we'll change the font. This time I'm going to use the same font as Emily is turning 12 years old. The Summer Sunshine. This does not have to be as big. It's already a size 12, so we'll just leave that there. We'll click on the box and hit the down arrow to line it up on the bottom. We'll be ice skating. So I want to put information about ice skating. The rental fee is $3. I'm going to go ahead and say skate rental. Change the font on that one. To the blackout. And we could make that a little bit smaller. We'll have to make our text box a little bit bigger. And I'm going to add one more picture because we went skating last year as well. So I have a picture of her at the skating rink. So we'll browse the pictures. I think it might be in this file. One thing I want to say about using downloaded fonts from the internet is that you will either have to print the invitations yourself or you will have to save the file as a PDF, JPEG, or as a GIF file. Because if you take this file to a copy shop, you will lose all of your downloaded fonts because those fonts will not be on their computers. And they will be replaced with a default font